everybody. It's Friday. It's Yappy Hour. Yay! Welcome to Wine Time and Nectar of the Dogs. I'm Melanie, and I'm joined again here with Bronnie and Vinny. And I have another guest finally in the studio. Welcome, Monica.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the
Cheers.
studio. Cheers. Appropriately socially distancing. We have a special kind of episode tonight. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties that we've been working on all day long, we're not going to be able to be joined live with Carol Ann Highness and Stephanie Coleman from Guide Dogs, but we are going to reschedule. We're going to have them on in the next week or so. So stay tuned. We'll post it on Facebook and Instagram when we're going to be joined again. But nonetheless, we still wanted to come to you live. And so here we are. We want to tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do and why we do what we do. We're Nectar of the Dogs Wine, and we were a company that was founded in 2015, really inspired by our dogs that passed on to the Rainbow Bridge. We created the wine company to honor their memory and, just to really celebrate the fun times we had in life. And then we give back to dog rescue organizations. So for every bottle that we sell, a portion of the proceeds goes to various ones. And it's just really our way to help us remember our loved ones who have passed on. There are 9 dogs on the label. And these are just 4 of them. These are Connie, Clyde, Floyd, and Mika. These are the dogs that belong to my husband and I. And, you can go to the website, nectarofthedogswine.com, to learn a little bit more about them when they were living, and, of course, more about the wine as well. So I wanted to actually, Monica, do you have anything to say since you're here live on set, 6 feet away from me?
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't know. What's interesting about Connie, Clyde, Floyd, and Mika, there's a story behind that, right, with the CCF, which is what we're opening today?
That is true. That is absolutely correct. Good segue. Let's talk a little bit about the wine that we're drinking today, the CCF McMurphy.
Oh, is that me?
That's you.
I'll talk about the CCF. So the CCF, it's our first red blend, 80% Cabernet Sauvignon and 20% Cab Franc. And what's interesting about that is, Melanie, if there was a parent for a wine grape, the parents of the Cabernet Sauvignon would be a Cab Franc and a Sauvignon Blanc.
Who knew?
Which
Monica,
is crazy, yeah.
Who knew? She's checking out things on Wine Folly. So I think we're going to start learning some stuff on the Wine Time coming up.
We are.
But to talk a little bit more about the CCF McMurphy, yes, it is a Cab Franc. But this was the first wine it was our first blend, first of all. It was our first one from Paso. And when we were creating this wine, we sat, a group of us, I think Monica was probably included in that.
I was definitely there.
And we tasted and blended so many different vintages from different vineyards, and this is what we came up with. And so when we were trying, when you have a blend, it's not a single varietal, obviously, so you can be creative. So what we kind of thought of was the dogs on the label are, here it is here. The dogs on the label, there's only 3. So the original label has 6, and this was the first one that had 3. So at the time, Donna, who co-founded the company with me, her dog Murphy, who's the top one here, had passed away, and he was blind. And so we wanted to try to partner with an organization blind dogs. And Guide Dogs of America kind of was the organization that we partnered with, and I'll get to that in a second. But as far as the label, so Cab Franc, and then Mika and Murphy are the 2 dogs here. But it's also another little play because the 3 wiener dogs, this is Floyd right here, and then Connie and Clyde are the 2 original wiener dogs on the original label. So it's not only Cab Franc, Mika Murphy, it's Connie, Clyde, Floyd, Mika Murphy. Just a little bit of a trivia.
Adorable.
If anybody cares about that. But we sell this wine for $43 a bottle. As I've mentioned on previous episodes, we're doing 30% case discounts and, trying to stimulate the economy of all the COVID. So you can go in there and it's quite a savings. It's actually $100 plus if you buy the case of wine.
It's a really good value.
It's a beautiful, beautiful wine. So you can click shop now, or you can go to Nectar of the Dogs Wine to get yours today. And, if you've been joining us here the last, 9 weeks already, you probably have seen Bronnie and Vinny quite a bit because they're my dog models, because I have them and that's easy for me. But this is McAdoo. This is Monica's dog. So tell us a little bit about McAdoo.
McAdoo, my sweet little boy who's a little bit crazy but awesome. We got him from Chiquita's Friends, who we featured, I think, the first week of Wine Time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we did a little event up at Cornell Winery where we have some distribution, an adoption event, and my son and my husband just fell in love with McAdoo.
He was so cute.
Yeah.
So he's a Tijuana street dog. Geraldine runs Chiquita's Friends, and you can learn more about her. She's one of our rescues that we work with. So yeah, that's that. So as I just mentioned at the very beginning, we're not able to be joined. Actually, I'm lying. I want to talk a little bit more about these people here who help us. I don't own a winery. I don't own a vineyard. But I work with small producing boutique wineries in the Central Coast and the Central Valley of California. So our wines come from Lodi, Santa Barbara County. And then, as I mentioned, this one is our one and only at this point from Paso Robles. We actually did bottle a Cab Franc, but we only did 20 cases of that, and that's long gone. So
sad because that was so good.
It's a delicious one, absolutely. So these are just some of the wineries that I work with. Wonderful people, wonderful friends, wonderful winemakers, and they have their own small businesses. So I think they're just actually able to open up their tasting rooms again. So I encourage you to read about them. Visit the tasting rooms if you can. This is Sunland Vintage. Mike and Debbie, and then Lisa and John actually share a tasting room with them. Megan is the winemaker for Lucas and Llewellyn, and then Chris and Mike are Cantera sellers. So, I just want to thank these wonderful people. They've really helped me out a lot with the journey that I've continuing to take with Nectar of the Dogs wine. And then I also want to just point out next, specifically, John and Lisa. So this particular wine is, from Almasol Winery. John and Lisa are wonderful to work with, and we hope to be bottling another red, I think, this year. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but stay tuned to see.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Again, we are not able to be joined with Carol Ann and Stephanie, but I wanted to talk a little bit more just about how the relationship started. As I mentioned, the CCF McMurphy, we wanted to highlight Murphy because he had just passed and he was blind. So when we were trying to find a rescue organization to work with, we came across Guide Dogs of America. And I know it's not a dog rescue per se, but they're a wonderful organization, and I'm not going to get too into it because I can't speak that well to it. That's why Stephanie and Carol Ann were going to join us. But I wanted to. We've actually done 2 events together, and when we first. Let's see, the Cab Franc and the CCF, we donated $1,000 right off the bat to Guide Dogs of America when we did the release of these wines. So I just wanted to show you a quick video, Sizzle video that we created so you could just see a little bit of the partnership that we have. So let's roll that, Todd. Awesome. Yeah, that was really highlighting. We did casino night with them I think it was last August. And so they let us come out to their beautiful facility out in Sylmar and set up our tasting area, probably a little bit bigger than this. I think we got some wine club members out of that. And, they're a really great organization. I encourage you to kind of go to the website, check them out, and tune in again in a couple weeks when we'll actually have them here so they can talk a little bit more. Because I think now that what they were telling us is not only do they raise puppies to help people who are blind, but if the guide dogs don't kind of make the cut for that, then I think they're working to help vets.
Service dogs, for some various, help for people.
And it's all about giving back. They're giving back, we're giving back. So in the spirit of giving back, it all kind of comes together naturally. So I wanted to just also call out, if you've watched these last few episodes, gosh, this is number 10. So you know that we are donating a portion of the proceeds during the month of, in April we had 4 organizations. In May we were going to have 5. So a portion of the proceeds from the month sales are going to benefit each organization. Because they weren't able to be here with us tonight, we're actually going to say that the wine and candle sales throughout the month of June are going to benefit guide dogs. So, just keep buying wine. It's all for a good cause. You can, as I mentioned, go to the Shop Now button here or go directly to the website to check out the specials that we have. I mentioned we had the 30% case discounts. And if you see something on there that you maybe you want to buy 6, you can't really get a case, just reach out to me or Monica and we might be able to offer a special discount on that as well. So you can stay up to date on all things NOTDW by following us on Instagram at Nectar of the Dogs Wine, obviously here on Facebook as well. And I wanted to just say, Monica, it's been interesting because we kind of started this back in April, right? April 3rd. We were all in lockdown for 2 weeks. We were having these virtual happy hours, and I thought, well, gosh, we're all holed up at home drinking anyway. Yeah. So I have a wonderful group of friends and family here that are able to kind of help us put this together. And here we are 10 weeks later. We just have different rescue organizations reaching out saying, hey, we'd love to be a part of it. It's not only so that we can tell the word about us and the wine, but it's try to give, some exposure to these other rescue organizations who just might not have that opportunity. So it feels good to be able to do that. And I'm really proud of what we've done. And I think we actually are looking to be booked up all the way to July.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So we do have some organizations that, we have longstanding relationships with, such as All-American Dachshund Rescue, Bark Party, who we featured a few weeks back.
Yeah.
But some of the new ones, Live Love Animal Rescue.
Yeah, who were great.
Chiquita's friends.
Love at First Mutt.
Love at First Mutt. Last week we had Delaney's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maureen was awesome. So, it's great. We're learning a lot about them. They're learning about us. It's wonderful to kind of share the message.
One big happy family.
One big happy family. And, one thing that we have learned, right, over the last few weeks is that in light of all the COVID craziness, which, is kind of moving in a good direction, a lot of these organizations have said that the shelters are being cleared.
Yeah, which is awesome because a lot of people are home and have the time to spend with their new pet.
Because, when you do get a new pet, and if you have never been a dog or a pet owner before, there's a lot that goes,
time-consuming.
a lot. Monica, case in point, with McAdoo. So that's really great. It's really great that they're doing so well, and I can't wait to just continue to learn more about new ones.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing. The not so good thing, at the beginning of 2020, we were all like, yay, 2020's here, super excited. And then things hit. We actually had quite a few events on the calendar. We were super excited. We were, off to a great start. And what happened, Monica?
So many great events. And then, everyone knows what happened.
Everyone knows what happened.
But, as Melanie mentioned, I think, we don't have a tasting room. So missing out on those events is a big bummer for us because that was our primary way of getting in front of people to let them try the wine and win them over and make them customers for life. But what we have done is we started offering virtual private wine tastings. All we ask is that you purchase a 4-bottle minimum. And then contact Melanie or myself, schedule a time for us to join you via Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, whatever it may be, to walk you through whatever varietals you have that you've purchased. We'll walk you through all of the different varietals, talk to you about the wines, tell you about our story from the comfort of your own home. And that's free as long as you do the 4-bottle minimum and you see all of the varietals there on the screen. It's a great value and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. There are so many wineries doing virtual tastings. It's not like new, but we like to say that when you're drinking with us, you're drinking for a great cause. So consider that, and we're happy to walk you through those.
Yeah, because there are a lot of virtual wine tastings, but I don't think there are any others that are offering, 10% donations to dog rescues.
This is true. This is very true. If
you want to give back and enjoy your wine, join us.
That is 100% true. So Bronny and Vinny didn't seem to wake up today, but it's a shorter show. Another thing we like to say here at Nectar the Dog's Wine is it's not really drinking alone if your dog is with you. So here we are drinking with our dogs and, wonderful friends. It's always great to have wine with friends. Cheers. Virtual cheering over there. But yes, thank you for joining us. I know this was really short this week. We just, things happen. You do what you do. And next week, we're going to be joined. Who's joining us next week?
Christy Cooney from Good Sense Dogs.
Good Sense Dogs. That's another organization who's brand new to us. So we're excited to learn more about them. And then we will let you know when Guide Dogs is actually going to join us here live on the show. So
can't
wait. And I'm so happy that you finally made it in here.
Me too.
I'm not by myself. And
these lights are hot though.
They're LED, they're not. And thank you, Bob and Todd, for being here. And I know you've been working on the technical difficulties all day long. So we really appreciate everything that you guys do for us. You've been here since day one. Cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. I know things are opening up. So, get out there and have some fun, but stay safe. And we will see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers. May dogs continue to bless your life always.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother!
We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't? Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was fine.
the most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Listen live at phoenixmedia.us.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday, right? We're Thursday today, not Friday, and it is still Yappy Hour, but it's Thursday. I have some special guests on set here today, and some news to share, some bittersweet news. But I am Melanie. This is Nectar of the Dog's Wine. I've got Bronny here, and he's got a little therapy dog, and I'll tell you why in a sec. But Monica is here.
Hi.
Hello.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're 6 feet apart, as we should be, on our new set on Thursday, changing things up a bit. If you have joined us before, welcome back. If this is your first time, you're in for a nice treat today.
Quite a treat.
Quite a treat. We have an awesome new Heart and Paw partner that we're going to be speaking to, Kristian from RuffRiders, and we'll get to that in a second. But really briefly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about who we are and what we do and why we do what we do. We are Nectar of the Dog's Wine. We're a wine company that was co-founded in 2015, inspired by the love of our dogs who passed on to the Rainbow Bridge. And here you can just see a few of the dogs. All the dogs are featured on our labels, and this is Connie and Clyde and Floyd and Mika. They were our dogs, my husband and I, and they passed on to the Rainbow Bridge. So, again, the original inspiration for the label. And As I mentioned, we were here a couple of weeks ago, and it's funny how life can just change in the matter of an instant. So after our last wine time on October 23rd, you remember I was here with Bronny and Vinny, and the next morning we woke up and Vinny was just not well, and we took him to the vets, and we found out that he had cancer, and we lost him very quickly and very suddenly. And so we were all very, very heartbroken. He was our wine dog. Here he is, actually. Bronny's best friend, our best friend. So it's been a really tough couple of weeks, I won't lie. But we wanted to do this show in honor of Vinny. And he will always be remembered on our label. I'll tell you a little bit about our next wine that we're going to be looking for in the story of that. But yeah, it was unexpected and very heartbreaking. So we just wanted to just for Vinny.
So sad.
So
for
sad. But again, we have to enjoy all the time that we have every day. Take lots of pictures. Just give your little snuggle bugs kisses every day. And
wait, didn't you just say the other day how many pictures you had?
I did.
How many was?
Yeah, it was in one folder. I think on my phone I had 3,500 pictures. I have a lot of pictures of the dogs. But so Bronny's here, and he has this little therapy dog. My show team was really nice and considerate after it all happened, because Bronny was wondering where his buddy was. So this little therapy dog has a heartbeat, which I think is adorable, but he's been kind of snuggling with that for a couple of weeks, so it's pretty cool. But cheers to Vinny. And so Monica, let's talk a little bit about our wines, our award-winning wines that we produce.
Let's. Right now we have 5 different varietals in our lineup, which is great. We have 2 rosés. Rosé Pinot Noir, Rosé Malbec, which is actually just about to sell out.
Yep.
So if you're interested in that, you should run out and get it now before it's all gone. And then we also have 2 white blends, the Three Dogs White, 2017 and our new 2019. Very similar profiles, but it's a little bit different. The blend's the same.
Yep.
But you'll definitely taste the difference if you get them both. Try it out. Let us know what you think. And then, of course, our red blend, the CCF McMurphy from Paso Robles, 90 points from Wine Enthusiast, which is awesome.
And we just actually came out in the tasting panel, too.
That's right.
90 points.
Also a 90 with the tasting panel. Yeah.
Really excited about
that.
So
if you're interested in any of our wines, go to the website, check it out. They'll have more information there on the tasting profiles, the price, and we are super excited for you to try them out and hear what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to say too, in remembrance, that's the word I'm looking for, remembrance of Vinny. This month, we're going to be featuring our 2017 Three Dogs White. He was actually featured in the magazine when we got the review on that, so I'm calling that his favorite wine. But it's 20% off, and the proceeds from those sales are going to benefit the All-American Dachshund Rescue, which is where Bronny and Vinny came from. So that's just kind of, trying to get through all of this, grieving and just doing things like this is helping a lot. So I encourage you to go to the website and buy some wine and sip for a great cause for the All-American Dachshund Rescue in memory of Vinny. And I think I forgot to mention too, but in case you didn't pick up yet, we give part of our proceeds to Dog Rescue Organization.
Yeah. So that's one of the main parts of our business.
What the company was founded on. Inspired by our dogs, but yes, you're sipping for a great cause, because we do give part of our proceeds to various dog rescue organizations. When you go through something like what I went through, sometimes the brain doesn't connect. But anyway, that was a good segue, because as I was just mentioning, we started a program this year called the Heart and Paw Partner Program. We've given to numerous rescue organizations since we started in 2015, but we kind of wanted to just kick it up a notch, I guess I should say, and
focus maybe a little bit more of a
little bit more, right?
Yeah.
So we have worked with many wonderful organizations over the course of these 5 years. But we kind of felt like, well, if they can help us get the word out and help us sell some wine, it benefits them, because then we're able to give back to the rescues,
We have very similar audiences. Yes.
Right.
Dog lovers, wine lovers.
Dog lovers, wine lovers. That is who we are. Yes. Dog, what does it say? Dog mother, wine lover. Yes. So yeah, we have some really great ones that we work with. Love at First Mutt, Canine Youth Alliance, SPCA, LA, Chiquita's Friends, Delaney's Dog, Good Sense Dogs, All-American Dachshund Rescue, as I just mentioned. These are just a few, but we have a new one, and we're really excited to meet them. Actually, Monica found them on
on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. We talked to Kristian yesterday for the first time. We were kind of going back and forth, obviously, with the things that have happened the last couple of weeks. We delayed this till today.
Yep.
But they're saving dogs on death row, right? So they're dedicated to removing at-risk dogs scheduled for euthanasia in kill shelters across Western United States. So they basically transport them, right? Which is totally cool. I mean, they work with a bunch of different rescue.
Pick them up and
shuttle
them over to people that are going to save their lives.
Their lives. And why am I doing this? I could totally let Kristian tell you all about it. But I believe that is the inspiration dog there, Tahoe. So let's meet Kristian here, and I can shut up and he can tell you all about RuffRiders. Hi, Kristian. Welcome to Wine Time. Cheers.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit. I mean, I kind of just, highlighted, but I'm like, well, wait a minute, he's here, so he should just talk. So what inspired you to start this wonderful organization? I think it's so cool, and I'm glad you're one of our Heart and Paw partners. So yeah, tell us about what you do.
I am too. I actually left Southern California about 5 years ago. Kind of got burnt out. I was in automotive marketing, and it just sort of run its course. I moved back to Nevada, where I had pretty much grown up. And we had adopted Tahoe. Tahoe was a rescue, just fell in love with him and decided to go for a change. I wanted to do something a little bit different and decided to do something a little bit bigger than myself, and really took a long time to figure out, I wanted to do something in dog rescue, but the question was what? Do I want to do a foster-based rescue? Do I want to do a food pantry? And found that the real need around here was transport. Where we live here in northern Nevada and in the Reno area is, we've got a great metro area, but we are surrounded by miles upon miles of desert. And there are a lot of communities out in those desert areas that, they've got shelters, they've got pounds. And unfortunately, if a dog comes in and they're not claimed, they're not adopted, they get put down. And so took that opportunity to really sort of go out there, pick those dogs up, bring them back to the Reno metro area here, and then work with local no-kill shelters, local rescues, find them homes, give them a second chance at life, and really found just a great love of dogs through that whole process.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m. and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
You know, when we spoke yesterday and I was kind of telling you what was happening and why I was a little bit of a mess because I had just lost Vinny, and then you shared that you had just lost your wiener dog, one of your wiener dogs as well, and I love this word. I just felt like, oh my God, it's so serendipitous, right? You know, we're just meeting and you just said you lost her a week ago, right?
Yeah, just a week ago. And, you know, she was older like your dog. She's about 15 years old. And just one day she jumped down from the couch like she's done a million times before, yelped really loud. Next couple days, we sort of watched to see what was going on. And then one morning when we woke up, she just wouldn't walk. She wouldn't go to the bathroom by herself. And it was time.
Right. Let's look at a picture here and tell us about, so that was Marley that just passed, right?
That was Marley. And then unfortunately, just 2 months prior, we lost the little one, Tia. She's a miniature dachshund. Oh. And if you're looking, she's the one in the little purple diaper. And, you know, it's so sad to lose two dogs in such a short period of time. But they had long, healthy lives. And, you know, knowing the dachshund breeds, they were about as spunky as you could get pretty much to the end.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, Tia right there, she looks like our little Connie. And, you know, if you go to the website, you can see pictures of, well, all the dogs when they were living, but those are the ones on the label. And Connie and Clyde, I got them when I was 27 years old, and they lived to be 16 and 17. And, you know, Connie passed in April of 2012, and Clyde was June. So just like you know, just a couple of months apart, but they had spent their whole lives together, and it was really tough, but you take comfort knowing that you provided such a wonderful long life, and now they're on the label, and it's awesome and great. And I'm just, you know, I'm really inspired by what you said too. It's kind of, you know, we have our corporate lives, I think, and then there comes a point in life where you really want to try to figure out what else to do. So that's interesting that you kind of, like you said, just wanted to do something, you weren't sure what, but you came across this, and I think it's wonderful. So cheers to your little wieners at the Rainbow Bridge. You know, they're all laughing and playing and having fun.
Exactly.
So so you transport, and you mentioned that you have volunteers, right? So you kind of do the coordination, getting it all together. But tell us how it kind of works, and what is this transport fleet program that I'm seeing here?
Yeah, so for the first year that RuffRiders was around, it was just me. I was driving probably 1,000 miles a week and going every corner of the state, going to California. I even transported some feral border collies from a local hoarding situation all the way up to the Canadian border. Right. And after about a year, and you know, I've never expected anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do myself, started bringing off volunteers. And so now we've got volunteers who go out and, you know, they spend their hard-earned money on gas. They take their time out of the day because, you know, it's a full-day trip to get out to some of these areas and bring them back. And so for me, what I do is I coordinate. I work on the marketing, the promotional side, and coordinate with the different shelters and the rescues here to work out the logistics. Now, what's happening is they're using their own cars, and we can only transport a few dogs at a time, you know, 3, 4, 5 dogs at the most.
Right.
And so we started raising money for our transport fleet program, which is a commercial van that would be upfitted with kennels that we can go and move more dogs at any given time. Or if there's an emergency situation, for instance, a couple of years ago, we had the Paradise Fire in California right over the mountains. You know, if we had that transport van, we would have been able to go and move a lot of dogs, get them out of that situation.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, it's I don't know, cool's not the right word.
It's inspiring.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
It is inspiring. And, so we definitely want to try to do what we can do to help you reach your fundraising goal there, $75,000. Because, helping dogs, rescuing dogs, it's what we all aspire to do, right?
Well, you mentioned earlier that, there are similar audiences between the dog people and the wine people. And, of course, here in Northern Nevada, it's a 24-hour town. It's a drinking town. And we love our wine. We love our dogs. And there's a great rescue culture here. And there's a great wine culture as well.
Well, that's great. So I think you can help spread our word, and then we can help spread your word, because if you spread our word, then we sell wine and then we give you money. And that's really it's a win-win.
I have a question.
Yes, Monica.
I was just curious on the transport side of things. How do you find who needs help? Are you in contact with the shelters? Do they tell you who's there and who's on their last few days and could use somebody to come pull them out of the shelter?
Good question.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We have wonderful relationships with the rural shelters that they send us a list of dogs that are on their last days, and then we reach out to our local partners here and essentially play matchmaker and just say, who wants this dog, and people raise their hands, and luckily we get dogs adopted out at such a rapid pace that I don't think a dog's had to have been put down in quite some time in those rural shelters, because we're able to keep them moving.
That's awesome.
Great. Yeah, that's really great. And
sorry.
Can't poke you.
I've just found, talking to all these rescues, we see that everyone's kind of intertwined and helping each other and supporting each other. So that's great. It does make it a little bit easier to find homes for these dogs, which is awesome.
Yeah. Do you? And I don't know if we have a slide on the organizations that you partner with, but California and Nevada organizations, I'm guessing.
It is, yeah. So because we're so close to the border here, we've got a great number of rescue organizations, from humane societies to SPCAs to local foster-based rescue organizations. And, anybody that's willing to work with us, we're pretty much willing to work with them.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if we can maybe do a little matchmaking on our own with some of our, other Heart and Paw partners.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can do some intros, maybe just see how you're picking them up. You need a place to take them and get them adopted out, right?
Yeah,
so that's very
exactly.
cool.
More the merrier.
Merrier. Wow. Well, so besides obviously donating money, which is very big, do you need volunteers for the transport, or how else can we help? I see here you have some really cool swag that we're going to show in a sec. But tell us how we can support besides money.
Yeah, the biggest thing right now is either local volunteers who can do those local transports. Occasionally we have a caravan that we need to set up to get a dog from maybe Southern California to Ohio or somewhere across the country. Mm-hmm. And of course, anytime that we can make those connections to relay those dogs across, that always helps. Other than that, right now we're just raising money for the transport vans. We do have the merchandise, which you just showed. I'm wearing one of our hats right now. Obviously, Tahoe is our logo. He's our inspiration for everything that we do. And while we've scaled back during coronavirus from the number of events that we do and some of the outreach stuff, we're just keeping our heads down and concentrating on keeping dogs moving.
Yeah, right. Events. We had those scheduled. I forgot.
We had quite a few.
We had quite a few this year. This has been a rough year, just all the way around. So I'm glad that you guys are just trucking right along. Oh, that just pun intended, I suppose. But it's good.
I'm going to go to the website and check out some of that swag. It looks really cute.
Really cool swag. So I'm really super excited that we got to meet. I feel like it happened at this time for a reason, and it's going to just keep unfolding. And hopefully when we do get back to doing events, we can partner on something bigger and better. But
that'd be great.
You have not seen the last of us, and we have not seen the last of you. And we also, I'm going to say too, when we did the call yesterday with the Zoom call, right? And we're like, first of all, being in production, I'm like, he's got a professional microphone. He's got like his, audio studio set up. So then you shared what you do, in your day job, whatever, which was pretty cool. So thank you for being prepared, and you've totally outshone us with your radio voice and
No, it's definitely been my pleasure.
But yeah, and you got to try. We'll get you some wine for sure, because I know this was kind of last minute, like I said, with all the stuff that's happened in the last 2 weeks. But once you taste the wine, you'll
come back for
You'll
more.
come back. Mm-hmm. We got you hooked.
And then part of that money is just going to go right back to you.
That's true. What were you going to say, Kristian?
I said I'm currently drinking Brand X. We won't mention who I'm drinking.
No, that's fine. We drink plenty of wine.
Yeah, but next time he'll be drinking Nectar, so it'll all be good.
There you go.
Exactly.
Well, cool. Well, in the spirit, in the season of giving, can you believe, I say that, I can't believe anything this year.
I know.
But it is November, and it is the season of giving.
Although, Mel, you say that, but when I walked in here, there was Christmas music
I
playing.
know. I was playing
I think
Christmas
you're
music.
more than ready.
I'm trying to not be depressed. So Christmas music helps me. But yes, I was playing some Christmas music, and they were all making fun of me today. But, wine is the perfect gift, right? Special occasions, holiday dinners.
I love getting wine.
We have a lot of wine, but I will never say no to somebody walking in my house with a bottle of wine. It's totally fine. Here's some really cool gift boxes that I have created over the years. So if you want to do something special for somebody, just email us and we can put something together for you.
Any occasion.
Doesn't
matter. Look at Halloween even.
I know, even Halloween. That was a cool one that I created a couple years ago. But we fortunately, thank you, Monica. We just had a very large order for corporate gifts, I should say.
Yes.
So we're really excited to put that together for our friend Karen.
That's going to be fun. Hopefully we don't get too many paper cuts on those boxes. And
yeah, it's going to be a lot of packing here. But, hey, it's us. So we're going to we're going to do what we need to do to keep it going.
Yeah.
So as we have mentioned probably a couple of times, you can order the wine through our website, Nectar of the Dogs Wine. We're working on a tasting room. Hopefully that's in the near future. But, that pesky virus and all that just kind of killed that plan.
Yeah.
But yes, check out the wine specials on our website. You can learn more about the dogs and our cause and our Heart and Paw partners. It's all on there. And then if you want to just kind of see what we've got going on, follow us on Instagram at Nectar of the Dogs Wine.
We try to be funny sometimes.
We try to be funny. It's, when you
doesn't always work out, but we try.
We're trying. Yeah, we're trying. But Monica's done a really, really great job on, growing our followers, I should say. So thank you for that, Monica.
Of course.
Wait, what did you say about, did I know? Mel, did I know?
Oh, Melanie, did you know that we have a YouTube channel?
Why, Monica, I think I did know that because I started it.
You said that.
But yeah, we have a YouTube channel. Monica currently is she's one of the very exclusive subscribers. So, go check it out. You can check out our previous Wine Time episodes and some of the really great videos.
You can watch this episode over and over again.
And over again. Yeah, and I actually have the wine enthusiast videos up there as well. So thank you to Todd and Bob at Mendelmack Studios.
And the snake.
The snake story. Go back and watch the other episodes of Wine Time. I told the snake story.
You'll hear the snake story. It's good.
But as I mentioned, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. So I want to thank everybody who has helped bring this to life. Todd and Bob here at Mendelmack Studios. This awesome set that we built. I didn't build it. I just stood here. Todd and Bob built it, but it's beautiful, and I hope that we get to use it again. And, cheers to all of our wine supporters, dog supporters out there. And yes, Kristian is back, so hopefully you had a good time here today.
Oh, I certainly did. Anytime I get to not be the host and can just sit back and answer questions, always good for me.
And drink some wine.
You're good. That's awesome. Well, cheers to Vinny, my little Vinny, and Bronny's still here, so we're just moving right along. Thank you all for everything that you do. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all of the happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Cheers, Monica.
Cheers.
Cheers, Kristian, and cheers to everybody out there. May dogs continue to bless your life, and we'll see you next time.